people. Welcome to Crowbar Gym. I am the owner, Hansel Conroy, and you're going to be seeing more of me on my site, so hopefully I can bring some value to you. Pretty much my gym has an ARX machine, and that's the bulk of my business, and then we also have high-octane Karo bikes. What we offer is an environment, one-on-one, high-intensity training. This is not CrossFit or anything else that rapid movement. Even though CrossFit, I like it. It's a good workout. We usually cater to people who have a lot of injuries, so we do different concepts of high intensity training, like super slow. We do guided by science concepts. We do like heavy duty. I'm not sure if you heard these terms. And pretty much most of these concepts are moving very slow, a lot of time under load, and the whole idea is to try to in-row, meaning contract the muscle as hard as possible. With that said, surprisingly, people come to the shop and then they love the workout, and because it's very intense and you need a coach. I'm always envious when people start their, have a workout partner. It's very hard to go to failure, and it's a skill, and it takes a lot of mental preparation to do so. Specifically, if you want to see phenomenal gains and get good rehab results from it. The ARX machine provides a variety of different, angles and variations, that we can work on to get your arms rehabbed. I got a lot of people with a lot of bad shoulders. Sometimes people didn't even realize they had a bad shoulder because they never exercised before. And now all of a sudden they're exercising and they're like, usually like the first repetition, I go, don't go so hard, just go a little bit. And then they were like, oh, you know what? I forgot that I have this shoulder thing that comes and goes. All sorts of things like that. So it's very strange, right? No, not really. It happens a lot, specifically if you're not, a general athlete, a person who has worked with weights on a consistent basis. And the reason why I got into this, and I'm long-winded, by the way, the reason why I got into this is because I was that guy who did a whole bunch of sports, specifically wrestling and jiu-jitsu, martial arts, and it was also in the Marines. And I got injured just doing bro science workouts, and there's nothing wrong with those either. They work. Eventually, though, the organism, your body, can only take so much before you break down. Recovery is huge, and what ends up happening is usually your workout, this goes for almost anything, specifically if you're wired to go hard and fast and just furious the whole time, your workout is going to generate a sense of like, hey, I need to do more, because you feel great from the workout. The problem is that when you have good athletes like that, specifically if you just started working out and you never did it before, the tendency is to do too much, and then usually what ends up happening is people, they get broken, they hurt their backs, they lift too much, they strain something. Also too, in conventional lifting, and a lot of old bodybuilders are even changing their tunes now. Like for example, you do a bar press. Do you really need to do a bar press? Can you do it on the machine to get a better contraction? Yes, of course. If you're telling me, no man, I got to do it on the bar because of the fact that you need to push that weight for your competition, then that's totally different. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course, go ahead and do it on the bar, because that is part of your game. It's kind of like, I can't say to you, hey, come to me and I'll put you on the ARX machine or a Nautilus machine and then you'll be the greatest martial artist ever. It doesn't work that way. You still got to train in what you do. But that what's said is, like, I'm a big fan of Westside Barbell, for example. I love their conjugate system. That system, I actually use it and I kind of tailor it to myself, and I like the fact that there is a recovery level for that, because recovery is important if you talk about anything. So my suggestion is, for your New Year's resolution, do yourself a favor. Work hard, work intensely, do your research. You can even hit me up. I'll give you free content. I don't care. We'll start a dialogue if you're in another part of the country. And there's better ways of doing things. Specifically if you're an athlete, you want to protect yourself from bad info, bad knowledge out there. What a bodybuilder does is not stuff maybe you should be doing. Okay, you need to protect your joints. You need to be lifting with different tools. There's nothing wrong with chains, nothing wrong with dumbbells, nothing wrong with kettlebells. They have their specific purposes. Because I own a strength lab. That's what I have. ARX is a tool that I use. It's a phenomenal tool because it's an adaptive response exercise. So if you don't have that in your own gym and you're paying a good amount of money, I would also say, hey, can you guys, maybe get me an ARX machine? I'm paying like $200 here or $150, whatever you're paying. It's a big global gym. They have the money. They have the pockets. But remember, recovery is tremendously important. Check out my website, www.recoveryARX.com. We're out of Leesburg. And New Year's resolution, intense, contract, and make sure you're giving yourself enough recovery time so you can go out there and hit it harder. Peace.